Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's episode 17, and yes, it's face up to the data. Oh, this is a good one. This is actually a lot simpler than I've made it sound. Let's be honest, because the first thing, well, how we're going to do this is we're going to test whether the data is valid. We're then going to set up temporary variables which will die at this close of scope, the brackets are the scope, and at the close the temporary variables will automatically die. The temporary variables will then hand over their data to our face, and our face is going to be a storage container, a vector. Do we have one? Do we have one for our face at all? Let's have a look. I think that's a very good point. So we're looking at store object, aren't we? Here we are. So we've got the MTL, we've got the OBJ. We don't have the face. Well, that's part of the OBJ. So let's have that then. It's face element, isn't it? If I remember rightly. Q vector. I think it is, isn't it? So it's just F A. Are we going to get any help here? Yeah, we are. Face element. Excellent. That's what I like to see, getting help. And my microphone's in the wrong place. Just 1 second. Sorry about that. That was a bit iffy. Wasn't comfortable with that one. There we go. And that's going to be M underscore. And it's just going to be face element. There we are. Simple. Simple as that. I'm not going to mess around or anything like that. We're just going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it now. Here we go. So there we go. That's the plan. So the plan is checked if it's the correct data, create some variables, and start setting the variables, and then throw them into the face element vector. Lovely. Let's do that. So the first part check, if, and it's going to be our data. I can't see what I'm doing there. Thank you. Data, and it's dot size, isn't it? For data. Yep, it is greater or equal to 5. Well, really it's a bit of a mess if it is, because we can't use the data at all, and our program is completely useless. So let's get rid of that. It's not, yes it is, std C error. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop out an error. There we are. One error. And I'm just going to put in here that the OBJ file, the format, the OBJ format is quads. And then just say, please reformat, which I showed you I think in the last episode or so, to triangles. Actually, I showed that in my admission of guilt episode. Pause for thought if you want to look it up, how to redo it for triangles, because at the moment, well, as it was in quads, which was bad, very bad. Inline, semicolon, there we are, that's it. And then we're just going to exit, and we're going to exit with a 99 because I've done it. That's it, that's the check, that's the error checking. We do need that now, unfortunately. So what do we need next? We need a split, so it's a Q string. Yeah, we need another split here. Q string list. That one. What I'm going to call this is slash split, because we've got to split it by the slashes, literally. Quite funny, really. This is gonna be fun. Right, we're gonna need 3. There's 3 parts to each of the indexes. So there is an int, and it's going to be the vertex. I'm going to call it vertex index. It's position index. We'll have 4 of them. Good. No, we only need 3, don't we? 0, 1, and 2. No, we need 4. Do we? Do we need 4? We need 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yes, we do. This is problematic. Something's not matching up in my head, as you can tell. So I'm just going to put that equal to open, and that's just going to be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. Not happy. We'll carry on. I am really not happy with this. Texture. The middle one is our texture index. Just keep going and we'll see what happens. 4 of them, please. And we'll just do the same again. Open the curly braces. 0, we don't need to do it like that. We can just do 0 and that will automatically do it for us. Don't know why I'm bothering doing all of them. You only need to do the first one. Seriously. Int. And who are we going to have next? The normal. And that's the last index that we get from the face. 4 of those, please. And just equal those to 0 to initialize it. That's just standard initializations. We need a bool, and that is has texture. I'm not quite sure what I did there, but we seem to be out of line for some reason. Equals, oh right, see what I've done here. Okay, it's messing me about now. I wonder why it's doing that. Weird. All I want to do is that. Let's pull this lot back. Seems to be jumping around a little bit there, I think. That's going to be false. And bool has normals. It's also going to be equal false, because we don't know whether it does or not. Now, I've got to go back to our data and just check that I have altered this stuff. Face element is quad. Get rid of. We can't do it. So that's been checked and we've put an error out. That no longer exists. And that means that line can come out altogether. Magic. And current colour. Yes, we do need it. Ooh, sugar. Forgotten about that. We are going to need a current colour. Yeah. Let's put the current colour in whilst we're here. Let's pop it there. Yeah, that'll do nicely. And we'll pop that there. So what we're doing really is replacing our bool as quads with a current colour. Because as we read the faces, we need to know what the colour is. Just checking. Yeah, we need to know which was the last colour that was use MTL. We need to know which one was the last one. So as it goes through the faces, it will update the colours. And the colours are held in that file there. Yeah, good fun, yeah. It's going to be interesting. It is when you see it all done, but it all comes together. Don't worry. So we'll do the same here. In colour. And delete. And I can delete all the way through to there. Fantastic. Yep, that's right. You can come out. And mColor equals m underscore current colour equals current colour. There we go, that's that fixed. So we've now updated the face to attract a colour, and we're taking out that idea of having quads. That's great. Nice. Had to do that update because of what I'm about to put here. Alright. So, do we have a current colour? We have a use material, which is the colour. We have it as a string, and we are pushing it back into m underscore use material. So that's the one there that we're looking at for the colour. It's in there. So if that is not null, I'm guessing. Size. Sorry. Its size is not null. Right, no, I want to do it a different way. Let's obj, yeah. We're in here, aren't we? What I'm going to do is I will put in an int at the end, I think, which will be int m underscore current colour. This will fix everything, he says. And what we need to do is set that. We're not setting anything up here. Okay, fine. M underscore current colour. And I'm just going to set it to -1. That's an easy one to test for. So that'll do. That's okay. We can do that. We're allowed to do that. So now we can say that if the current colour, m underscore current colour is equal to -1, there ain't no colours. And that will mean has textures equals true. Because if it hasn't got a colour, it must have a texture, otherwise it's got nothing. Yep. I'll go with that for now. Here, where we store the colours, the if statement for use material, that's going to have to change. And close. And all we have to do here is m underscore current colour plus plus. That's it. So every time we push back a colour, we tell ourselves that we've got a colour. So -1 will go to 0. So colour 0 will be whatever that colour is there. Okay? Good stuff. Hope you're with me so far. So the face will have whatever, that current colour will equal exactly what the current colour is. So if we've got 1, it'll be 0 at the first time it comes into faces, because we actually read in the faces in between the used materials. So used material will, it'll get to there using colour 0, then it'll use colour 1, and then it'll use colour 2. We don't know what they are, but that's what we're going to be telling it. We have no idea what they are at this stage. I'm just wondering whether this is really going to work. Oh well, let's try it. None of it works in my head, but hey ho. We're trying. What do we need to know now? We need to know whether we have any normals. So is M underscore normal? Have we not got one? Sure we had one. Oh, vertex normal, sorry. Not vertex data, vertex normals. Dot size is greater than 0. Will it be? Yes, it will be at that stage. If it has normals, it has to be. It would have to be at least 3, or 2, sorry. So has normals. Equals true. There we go. That's the second one, and that's those done. We've got 3 variables left to fill. And here we go. 4, 3, 4. Oh, this is weird. Trying to work out how many splits we've got. So 4. We'll use count, and it's an unsigned int this time, because it has to be an index. Well, we can't use 0, because 0 will be the beginning of the line, which will be the letter F. So count equals 1. Count has to remain less than or equal to 4, which is no, I'll leave it up to the computer. It's going to be data size. It's easier to do it that way. Makes more sense to me as well for later on, in case we need to change it into quads for something different, like we have a different outcome and we don't use elements. Draw elements. Is that allowable? Oh, sorry, yeah. And count plus plus. Comparison of integers of different signs. And that's what I was worried about. Well, I know the answer's 4. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3. It's 4. Stuff it. I'll put it in. Because I put 5 in up there, haven't I? Yeah, so if it's greater than or equal to 5, it's a quad. Less than, if it has, that has to remain less than 4. 0, 1, 2, or 3. 0 is F. 1 is the first. sorry. 0 is the F, then it's 1, block 2, block 3, so it has to remain less than 4. Excellent. Now it works in my head. It's a shame I've got to explain it to myself, isn't it? Yeah, well, alright, how are we splitting things here? That's right, back up here, isn't it? So we're just using line.split, aren't we? Yeah. So slash split. It's getting a bit funny now. Equals data dot split, is it? No, just looked at it. Yeah. Data dot split. Ah, problem. It's in a QString list, isn't it? It's not actually a QString at this point. Okay. So, let's see. What I'll have to do then is turn it into a QString. So what we will have here is data split. Split, please. Semicolon. And data split will equal, and that will be data dot at count. So our first parcel of data. And our first parcel of data needs to be split again. And this time it needs to be split, see, it comes up now, by that slash. So as you can see, it's got slashes in it. So what we're splitting it into now is another 1, 2, 3 parts. Or 0, 1, 2. So that's 0, that's 1, and that's 2. So that's what we're going to store. So as you can see, we've literally had to break it right down. It's a weird way of doing it, but it works nicely. So, vertex, index. I'm getting no help again. Count. What's wrong with that? Have I spelt it wrong? I can't see. I must have spelt it wrong. Equals. This is even funnier. You're gonna love this one. So it's going to be do we have ASCII to integer on QString? I would think so. If we do, how does it work? So let's take a look. I don't know all the answers. I just know the theory. So here's QString. Value. Ah, so it does have a value. Do we have an ASCII? Not in this section. To int, which is what I'm looking for. To float. Ah, to int. Base 10. Yeah, you can define the base. Okay. So it's just 2, and then it's a capital I. Okay. Yeah, you can see where this is going now, can't you? What we're going to do is take our slash split 0. So let's pop that in now. Slash. You're wondering why I put it in a bracket, aren't you? I'll show you in a minute. Slash split 0. We're then going to dot. No, we're going to close the bracket, and then we're going to dot to int, and that's it. So I've got it as an integer, and then we're going to -1 off it. Why? Why are we going to -1 off it? Implicit conversion changes signless unsigned int to int. Does it now? I thought... Oh. Okay, take the unsigned off there for a second, see if it gets rid of me implicits. Thank you. I don't know, getting it all the right way around. Vertex index count equals slash split 0 to int will give us the value stored in there. Then we take 1 off, and that's because it starts at 1. And we don't. We start putting things into our vectors at position 0. So where it says 1 on here means that vector there. Well, that's our 0th vector, where on the file here, it's the first vector. So at this point, we take the we modify the data that we're reading at this point, so we don't get confused later and have to try and -1 off it in an awkward place that won't accept it, which I have done in the past, which is interesting. Texture index count. You can see what's going to happen now. I mean, it's that's it. That's all the surprise is over with. And it's just going to be slash split 1. And it's to int. And of course, we get out the brackets and just -1 off it. Qt makes this so easy. It is ridiculous. In C++, it don't look like this. Trust me, it really doesn't. Ah, bless. And that's 2. And this is why I'm a bit bothered, because we've got count less than 4. Ah, sorry, it starts at 1. I'm an idiot. No, the split doesn't. Split starts at 0. That's right, it's offset. You see what I mean about the offset? Because that starts at 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is less than 4, and yet we're taking 0, 1 and 2, 0, 1 and 2, because those are the ones that we are splitting from here. Oh my god, it twisted my head around. Trust me. 2 int, please. You wouldn't believe it. But what? What are you doing? No, that's... Oh. No, it's not. My bad. Get off. Get off me. Get off me. Where's my cursor gone? -1. Thank you. There we go. That's basically that part. So now we've got all of that lot. We can do the pushback for the face element. We've got all the details we need. Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to think ahead again. when we send it over to OpenGL, we can add the alpha channel on at that stage for the colour. Okay, yeah, and we haven't got the colour yet. That's why my mind's not working properly. Sorry. So let's go over to our face element, which we have kindly put in now. Face element. We can now do the pushback. We can open this, and I think we're going to take number 2, please. Oh, doesn't really say, does it, on 1 or 2? I don't mind. How do we start this then? It's new. It's a face element, and then we open the brackets. Should we go to a new line? Yeah, I think we'll go to a new line. Down here, please, somewhere. Anywhere down here will do. Yeah, there will do. Right, so the first things that we want to put in are vertex texture normal. We've even numbered them 0, 0, 0. Oh, that's nice of us. At least we've got something right there. So the first thing we want is the vertex index. So it's vertex index, and that's going to be 0, like that. Comma texture index 0. Is this making sense? It's not making sense to my head. What have I done wrong? Count is 1, 2, and count is 1, 2, and 3. Damn you. 1. That's why it wasn't making sense to my head, because we have to follow the pattern of this for next loop. If we don't, we'll get the wrong bits in, so it's normal. My apologies. Got to follow your own programming at this point, and then it's a comma. Yep, and we need 3 more of those, please. Copy. Control V. Control V, and it's put it in a weird place, and I don't know why. So that's 2 and 3. As you can see, it's now following that for next loop up above. 2, 2 and 3. Just get rid of that extra spacing, I think. There we go. Let's go back to the end. And it's still got a comma. So after the normal index, what did we want? We wanted current color texture normals. So it's m underscore current color. Even if it's -1, it's still valid, but it means we haven't got one. Current color, comma, has texture, comma, has normals. And that's it, isn't it? So it is 3, 1, 2, 3. So if we go back to our structures here, we're only using this one. This one we're not using, because that's the one with 1, 2, 3, 4 in it, which means it's quads. And that means that this is a little bit of a waste, you may think. But no, if you use the GL draw method, then you can use this. So the information that I have in here is still valid for GL draw, but not GL draw elements. There we go. Interesting. It depends on how your renderer is going to draw the object. So we may have a master renderer that will draw some using GL draw and some using GL draw elements. So I'm keeping this in as a variation on the set of data. You could argue then, is that needed still as a bool? At this stage, no. So I'm not having it there to complicate things, because I don't want to complicate it any more than having something that is completely useless to our test. So we've overdone it slightly for our needs at this point, which is not the way I'm supposed to be programming it. I'm supposed to be programming this as needs be rather than as the full thing. So bear that in mind. Bear that in mind. That this, when I finish this, it's still not the complete program. We still can then go back through it and, of course, add more stuff here. Add another section here. Instead of that saying error, we could only say an error if it's not supposed to be a quad. So I'll show you how you can do that when we get it automated, because when we automate it, it makes doing all of that a lot easier, because we'll have that information. We'll know whether there's an index or not, because that means really it's a bool has index is really the bool that you're after there, because if it doesn't have an index, you can't use draw elements. There we go. That was a long explanation for such a short thing. But hey ho, there you have it. That's your face. We've faced up to the face at long last. And that's the actual code that works. And that's the one that I have already tested, I think. Yeah, damn close to it. I can bet you that. What comes after that? We've stored everything, haven't we? Nothing missed. I have to fix something here. Vertex normals, push back, new model vertex normals. I forgot. Ah, yeah. Space. Strange how you can see it after the fact. Let's see what we've got. We've got hash. We've got more than we need. MTV, VN, US, and F, NE, KDD. We're only going to need KD out of that lot. Oh no, we need the material name, possibly. No, we just need KD. Okay, looking good. I'm happy with it. Yes, I am. Because we are now on to the next stage, where we can send data to OpenGL. And yeah, I like that idea. Let's do it properly though. Have I put a line across there private? Yes, I have. Good. Let me just pop my cursor there for this. If I put my cursor there, I know it's going to put the function there. So at the end of Send data to API I've put. Oh. I've already done it. Never mind. I was just about to add that. Send data to API. Oh, it's there already. Why have I done it like that? That's a bit of a silly way of doing it, isn't it, Blades? It's an asterisk, so why not just use an asterisk? It's a pointer, use a pointer. Why make life difficult on yourself? Strange. Right. I think that's probably when I was ill. I was going into addresses, and you don't need that anymore. It's straightforward. You just make it equal to each other. So that address, the address stored in create model is equal to the address stored in create model. Yeah. That is a damn sight more straightforward. Because if you remember rightly, in model warehouse, actually that's a bad place to show it, isn't it? Model warehouse, create model is already a pointer. So why start messing about and changing it into an ampersand? I don't know. I must have had a brainstorming session with myself on Cloud 9 somewhere. Keep it simple, people. Keep it simple. Don't do anything that isn't needed, and we should be okay. So, in our next episode, I will be doing send data to API. Sounds complex because we now have to transfer all of these vectors into different types of vectors that OpenGL can use. And you're probably thinking, well, why couldn't you do that in the first place? You can't, honestly, because the indexing is all wrong. Look, the indexing is going 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6. And on bigger models, it gets even more chaotic. So all of the indexing is, all of these faces are out of sync. We need them in the order of 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. So we've got to change all of the order of all of the faces. Yeah. So, and at the same time, we'll also put them into a style of vector which we can send to the API in a very easy method, very easily, instead of using these star thingies, which are difficult to send over at best. And on that note, I think we'll end this session, and I'd just like you all to take care and have fun.